I'm Caitlin E, and welcome to the Lit Review. Today we're going to do a double unboxing of the Read Romance Repeat box. So we're going to take a look at July and August box. Full disclosure, I've already opened July's box, so I'm really just like reviewing it with you, because as I've mentioned in some of my other videos, July was just kind of a rough month, but I do really love this subscription box and wanted to give you a peek inside, especially because I have been obsessed with their pictograms that they use as clues, so I kind of just thought it was worth going through with you all. So what we're going to do, I'm going to go through July's box fairly quickly, and then we will open August box together. This is a romance book subscription box curated by the Rip Bodice, a romance forward bookstore here in Los Angeles that I just love to pieces. And so every box of theirs is pretty dang unique. This is like their cover. They do things like tell you which box it is. So this is July's box here, box number 7, since this just started in 2021. And then there's always a quote on the outside of the box. So July's quote was from Annie Dillard, and it says, "She read books as one would breathe air, to fill up and live." I just love the quote selection. It's as adorable as the boxes themselves. You can see there's like a little print of like popsicles with a bite taken out. So this is July's box. Like I said, I've already opened this, so it's not going to be a surprise for me, but I'm really excited by what was in the box. They're the special item that you would get, because there's usually like one item, in this case a really heckin' cute printed bandana from Hemlock, and you can find them at hemlockgoods.com. I'm probably either going to do one of these or one of these with that, but I really love that this came in the box and the print is super stinking cute. Then there's always a little leaflet with a note from the people at the Rip Bodice kind of talking through why they picked these books. Inside, there's usually two authors' notes, and I'll just go ahead and plop through this, just since I already know. But yeah, you can scan for the authors, and there's usually like a little signature on there too. It's like really personal, so like the one from one of the authors is like talking about their favorite food to accompany tea during this time of year, lemon biscuits or cookies, and then scan here for one of her favorite recipes. So you get like a recipe, like a favorite recipe from the author. It's super cute. And then on the back, you get a QR code for the Hemlock folk who made that cute bandana. There's also going to be a QR code for trigger warnings or content warnings if you want to investigate those for each of the books. And then my beloved pictograms that are back. They were gone for a couple of months, but now they're back and I'm so happy. So we will get to these at the end of me running through this box. I am kind of speeding through it a little bit just so that this video doesn't turn into 30 minutes, because I tend to do that. Forgot to mention earlier that this box is like roughly $40 a month plus shipping and handling, but you get 2 paperback releases from within the romance genre, and often there's like sometimes mixed genres, sometimes it's contemporary, sometimes it's historical. I don't think we've had any paranormal yet, but a girl can dream. And then there's always some kind of indie creator good in there too, like the bandana from this month. But I love that they're both paperback releases, because that to me is just my jam. So that constantly makes me excited to get this box. And I really trust the curators at the Rip Bodice to pick some good stuff. For July, we have Incense and Sensibility by Sonali Dev. And Sonali Dev has done a couple of these different like Jane Austen riffs. Yeah, there's on the back, it has Pride, Prejudice, and Other Flavors and Recipe for Persuasion. So I'm glad to see that the series is continuing. So Incense and Sensibility follows Yash, who is California's first Indian American governor candidate. And he is like super on it. He always knows what he wants. He kind of comes from a privileged family background, but he really just thinks that everything in his success has come to the fact of like controlling his feelings and controlling his environment. Ooh, interesting. But when a hate crime at a rally critically injures his friend, Yasha's easy life suddenly feels like a lie, and his control is an illusion. So in order to hide the fact that he's panicking, his family turns to his sister's best friend, India Dashwood, California's foremost stress management coach. She's got a whole business of helping high-strung overachievers, And yeah, so there's obviously like going to be some tension and different opinions about how one succeeds in life. Oh my gosh. But then obviously sparks because it's a romance novel. But this is actually super interesting to me. I haven't read any of the other books in this series, but they've always caught my eye at the bookstore. So even though I tend to want to start with the first one in a series, these strike me as kind of standalones in a series, and I can handle going in the midst of that. And then the next pick is An Extraordinary Lord by Anna Harrington. I really like this purple toned cover. Speaking of people whose worldviews are just going to come clashing against one another, this is a historical romance where Merritt used to believe in love and happy endings until he watched his fiancée get murdered on the streets. Now, even though he's a lord, he patrols the streets to keep other people safe, and this is where he meets thief Veronica Chase. And he is like instantly attracted to her, even though he's got his morals in a tangle about it. And oh my gosh, so she Veronica, on the other hand, confesses to a crime she didn't commit to save her brother. Now her only chance to avoid the gallows is to help Merritt track down those responsible for the riots breaking out in the city. Listen, I learned earlier this year from a different ripped bodice pick that I'm just really into like lady thieves, lady spies, things like that. I didn't think that was too much of a stretch for me, but apparently it's something I eat up like catnip. So this is really intriguing. I also really love like a reluctant lord situation in my historical romance novels. So this actually feels like a big win for me personally. And honestly, even though I did not guess either of the titles to these two book picks for July, I think this fits with the clues we got in June perfectly. So my pictograms coming in beautifully. So let me just spot check that with you for a second. In June, we got the clue about swords crossing, and I think my guess was like, it's probably historical. Maybe there's a duel. I don't know for sure, but we definitely got a historical romance. I guessed incorrectly that we were probably going to get like a yoga item, but clearly the like stick figure yoga person, sorry my ring light's like really not loving this material, is our female heroine in the incense and sensibility. And then the cute little dog with a bandana is the clue for the bandana. So like, I'm very happy with how this ended out for July. Like it's good vibes for me as far as I'm concerned. Before we move into August box, kind of speeding through July so we can get to August. But, oh, we have 4 pictograms. Interesting. And this says our must-haves for summer. So I don't know if these are actually clues to the next box so much as it is their must-haves. Now I'm confused. Okay, so these might not be hints, but it is like the 2021 Olympic rings. These look like Crocs. And there's a game by Michael Kiesling called Azul. Never played that. And then I think this is Blueberry Cobbler. So, I mean, I wish these were clues for August. I may be disappointed by the fact that we once again have no pictograms, but let's get into August and see how that actually pans out. In contrast, we have this beautiful, deep kind of burgundy red, or brick red for August. So you can see box number 8. And then we have a quote from Jeanette Winterson. Books and doors are the same thing. You open them and you go through into another world. That's cool. Oh, it looks like, it's a bookmark. Oh, it like came out of its little packaging. It just decided this packaging was not it. But it's a really cute enamel bookmark from Pineapple Sundays, and it's like this little terrarium. I don't know if you can see that pretty well in the lights here, but it's really nice. It's really cute. Oh, and on the back it says Pineapple Sundays, but here's the actual terrarium. So I have never used an enamel or like metal bookmark quite like this before. How do y'all like to use your bookmarks? Do you use metal or do you use like traditional paper? The wood ones always confuse me a little bit too, but this has like a little clasp at the top so you could slide into a couple of pages and have that just kind of dangle and hang. It's cute though, it's really cute. Ooh, this looks mysterious. The first thing I see in this box is Uncharted by Adriana Anders. And there's a plane and a brooding man in a scarf. Oh no, The tagline on the top says, "Stranded together in a frozen wilderness, there's nowhere left to turn. ... So we have a pilot named Leo, and she's not afraid of anything. Asked to evacuate a man from the wilds of Alaska, she does not hesitate because, of course, she's a wilderness queen. Okay, but there are enemies in close pursuit. Why are there enemies in close pursuit? Like, what? Okay. So bad weather, enemies in pursuit, big disaster on the horizon. Enter our hero, who I'm assuming she has to go rescue, and that's Elias Thorne. He disappeared because he was America's most wanted. Okay, so now he's spent more than a decade in one of the most remote places on Earth, guarding a dangerous secret. Yowza. I'm botching this description. So it seems like this might have like some thriller or action-adventure aspects to it, which is kind of a nice thing to see in the box. That's not something we see a ton of. It's definitely a genre of romance that I don't delve too deep into when it comes to my contemporary romances, but this could be really intriguing. We're gonna see what happens. I also don't read a ton of things set in Alaska, so let's see how this goes. Oh my gosh, I can't. Oh. Okay, so I have been seeing this all over the wide internets when it comes to like BookTube, Book Talk. Like this got some heckin' big hype when it was released, and it's been on my to buy list, you know, trying to behave myself a little bit. But that's Real by Kennedy Ryan. Look at this gorgeous cover. Okay, so this is like what I personally, like, I don't think this is something that we have as like a shorthand, but I would classify this as an industry romance when it is like up and coming starlet, hotshot director, all of the drama and scandal that comes with the landscape of Hollywood. Just flipping through this casually, this looks like a dual perspective novel, which I love, and there's like the different starts to them, like they have the different colors and headings. And so it's our female protagonist is Neva, and she kind of is an understudy who has her shot in the spotlight, and this is the one night that our hero is in the audience, and his name is Cannon Holt. And Cannon Holt is this like big shot director, and he wants to make her a star. So there's some mild Star is Born vibes, but I'm sure it's going to be so much more than that. And so Cannon casts Neva in the star-studded Harlem Renaissance biopic, catapulting her into another stratosphere. I'm so excited for this, like holy moly. I can't, like, this is such a good get. So just thinking about these two, these are the two books from August, and this is Uncharted by Adriana Anders and Real by Kennedy Ryan. I definitely think I'm more excited for this one because I know more about this one, but I'm still interested in this, especially if I'm in kind of like a light and easy action-adventure mood. So this is still a win as far as I'm concerned. Wow, you definitely didn't get any clues from the July situation. That was really just like kind of their favorite things, so that is unfortunate, but I can't complain too much because I got some really cool books out of the deal. If my biggest problem with this box is that they don't give me clues, like I'll survive, you know what I mean? But real quick, just to give you another tour of this, we again have the little note from the ripped bodice just kind of telling us where they were coming from with this, like basically saying summer is almost over, but that doesn't mean that the long steamy bookish nights have to end with it. You know, that's how we get through winter, friends. Actually, that's how we get through all the seasons. And then I really do love reading the little author notes that come inside this leaflet. So we have like Kennedy Ryan's note, and at the bottom here she has oh my gosh, so her book club guide includes a self-care home remedy and a delicious cobbler. She also on her, she links to the music that inspired Real. Yeah, they recorded songs for the audiobook, and she's gifting you one of the songs performed in there. So that's really cool. I love that that has consistently been part of how authors communicate. Like they're often giving so much of themselves in these little notes in a way that I don't necessarily see in other subscription boxes. Like these just end up feeling like really carefully thought out and very personalized. And then on the back, as always, there's the, you know, shop more from Pineapple Sundays, their design studio. If you're interested in that, the QR code was there on the leaflet. And then we have our content warnings, which again, I don't typically use them, but I appreciate that they're there. I think that's a really neat feature, and I'm grateful that that exists on this. We do have some pictograms for September. So 3 hints for next month. We have what looks like cell phones and a heart, so probably something with technology. There's a lot of really cute contemporary romances out and about, like Makeup Breakup. So there's a lot of like cute tech-oriented little romances that I think would be a good fit for this. I think Farrah Roshan's The Dating Playbook might fit into this. And if so, that would be an excellent inclusion for this. I think that might be my guess. And then we have a zipper. A zipper. Maybe this is the item clue? Because I don't think they would give us two bandanas that close together. And this is a cute little piggy with a bandana. So I think the zipper might have something to do with the item. And then the little pig with the bandana is probably something about a farm. Like a cute farm romance. These are my shots in the dark. I obviously don't know a ton of titles outcoming, but like these are my guesses. So I'll have to keep a hold of this to see what we actually end up with. But those are my Read Romance Repeat box for July and August. I really do love the subscription. It has gotten me through a couple of real shockers and a couple of absolute new favorites as I slowly make my way through the stuff I've acquired from them. And I cannot wait to get into the books from these 2 months. I think the one I'm most excited for though is Real by Kennedy Ryan, because wow, this is just like, this is such a win. Whew. All right, so thank you for spending time with me. I hope you've had a fantastic reading day. Like and subscribe if you'd like to see more from me or this channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!